Well, Tennessee is known for its rising stars, especially here in East Tennessee. And looking ahead to this Friday, one Madisonville native will be debuting her newest CD. Right now, I am joined by EmiSunshine here to talk about her release. Emmy, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me back.
Of course. Well, first off, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started with your career in music?
Yeah, I started singing when I was around 5 years old, and it just became the biggest part of my life. I started playing instruments over time and putting out records and traveling the world, and then eventually it kind of brought me to where I am now.
That is wonderful. And you have this new release coming up, so can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I have a new release. It's called Miss Demeanor, and it is all about my process of being a child star up until now and how that has affected me and how I've gone about becoming my own person and putting that into music. But I have a release coming up at Barley's June 13th, and it's going to be a great time. The doors open at 8 and the show starts at 9.
Wow. And how does your time growing up in East Tennessee impact your career and your music?
Yeah, I grew up with influences like Dolly and Loretta Lynn and people like that that really kind of paved the way for female singers and songwriters, and it just sort of brought me to this realization that, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah. How would you describe your release and the music that you've come up with?
I would say that it's very personal. It's the most personal album that I've ever put out. I usually talk about characters within my song, but this time I'm talking about myself.
Oh, and what is your favorite part of music and being able to play?
I think my favorite part of it is the connection that you make with other people and how it affects them and you, and just the idea that writing can bring people together and it can really form these connections that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Yeah. And how long does it usually take you? I guess, what's your process like?
Yeah, usually I start writing a song with a melody first. I love a melody, and then the lyrics come later for me. A lot of times it can be a story. Sometimes it can be about my own personal life, and then other times it can be about something entirely different. So I think the inspiration just comes and goes where it wants to go.
Right. And so if someone's watching this and they want to get a copy of your CD, if they want to learn more about your release, how can they do that?
Yeah, you can go to theemisunshine.com. It'll come out on the 13th, and at Barley's I will have my CDs with me.
Wonderful. And so one more time, I know you talked about it, but can you tell us a little bit more about those details at Barley's?
Yeah. So the doors are going to open at 8 and the show is at 9. We're going to have a whole set of all of these original songs and some covers in between. But yeah, you can join us there at Barley's. It's going to be a great time.
All right. Well, Emmy, thank you so much. And we've heard about your release, heard about your songwriting process. Now we would love to actually hear some of that music.
Thank you.
Would you mind playing for us for a little bit?
Yeah, I'll play you the title track, Miss Demeanor.
Amazing.
Who do I want to be? I ask myself today. Somewhere between pride and Dylan, not a villain and not a saint. Self-respect before fame, I just rest in that vein. Someplace in the middle of Robin Hood and Jesse James. Is it such a crime? I can't be perfect all the time. A porcelain doll sits on the shelf while a woman walks the line. They want poise, they want beauty, they want grace. But I'm a nightmare and I'm a dreamer. Some laws were meant to break. You can call me Miss Demeanor. Oh, you can call me Miss Demeanor. What else can I say? There's two sides to me. Not pretentious, but relentless. I want to know you by name. I'm a force to be reckoned and a friend to be beckoned. If you're weary, come sit near me. You go first and I'll go second.
Woo, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, and thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I had a blast.
Amazing. Well, we do have to send it to break, and when we come back, we will have another check of your forecast with meteorologist Mike Seidman.